Alrighty traders, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome to another video with the FX Big Dog. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the trade setups that we spoke about in my trading room. This is actually the midweek update as we go through the week and we address the trade that we're currently in. Now, we spoke about some good setups yesterday. We're going to go ahead and review those setups inside this video right now. I'll see you right after this. Alrighty, well, welcome back, and yes, we're going to go ahead and take a look at the trade setup that we looked at this week and how we address those trades. I'm going to go into those details as well. Now, I do use a directional bias. It's very important. There's two ways to trade, right? Well, there's two things that you need to do in trading. You need to, firstly, number one, you need to find directional bias, so you know exactly which way to go ahead and trade. Then you're going to go ahead and apply a strategy that you're comfortable with and apply that strategy in that direction. So either you're going to be buying only or selling only. All right, so it's either going to be one of the two, but not both of them. We're going to be either buying or selling. It's very important to know that because directional bias is the most important part of trading, right? Is to identify what way the market's going to trade and then commit yourself to that direction. Now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a couple of trades. I want to go ahead and point out though that in the strategy that I'm looking at right now, the strategy actually has done pretty well. In fact, if you take a look over here, you can see that we've got thousands of pips being generated over the last 6 months, 7 months right now. So the last 7 months generating a lot of pips. The strategy is very, very effective and it's very profitable. And so what I'm going to be showing you right now is nothing other than being a profitable strategy that you know has got some good success behind it. So let's go take a look at the trade setups. Let's go take a look at exactly what we spoke about this week and what the markets are doing. So let's jump into the first setup right here. And this is actually the New Zealand CAD. I did post a video on this. You can go ahead and check out my YouTube channel and look at the New Zealand CAD. I got two videos on that, part 1, part 2, and you'll see exactly what we did regarding the setup. Now, if you check in the description, you'll be able to see a Telegram link. You can go ahead and check out my Telegram link, and I give you updates on these trades as we go along the way. Now, we did go ahead and enter in on this trade, and you can see right here we entered at 87.72. We do have another position that was entered here at 87.45. That was just recently, and now we're looking for price to go ahead and continue to move back north. Now, we will be placing stop losses on this. Stop loss will be 61 pips away from the entries. So we're placing a 61 pip stop loss. We haven't got to that stop loss yet, and now we're looking for price to continue. I'm very much in favor of looking at these cost averaging strategies where we get into a trade and we ride those trades out to a certain target, but we add multiple positions in. I like that. I like that a lot. Look for support and resistance. I use Fibonacci's. I use key levels of wave structure based on wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Where we look to enter the market and trade towards these targets. So going back to where we're at right here, this is the New Zealand CAD. Now, if I look at the currency strength dashboard, very importantly right here is specifically on the AUDJPY right here. AUDJPY, the currency strength dashboard said that the direction was bearish. Now let's go into the AUDJPY. And the reason why I want to go into this, because if you look over here at the start of the week, and by the way, there's red line drawn across right here. You can see this is the start of the week right here. We did see a nice little sell-off. But what we did is we did go into the larger time frame, and we identified that we had divergence sitting up here. And so with the divergence, we realized that price is going to eventually go north. And so selling off, all right, taking the sell-off was just temporary, while the market was trying to figure it out, a support level, trying to find a support level to bounce off. Now, we spoke about this yesterday, and we said that we're done with the sell-off. And if you look over here, there was some good selling off on this particular pair right here, but then things turned around, and turned around quite rapidly here. Let's go take a look and see. So the entry point on this was right here, 80.32. That was our entry point to go ahead and trade it long. So we had the entry point here. We decided to go buy long there. And so far, we're up on this trade right here. This is the AUDJPY. We're up on this trade. Let me see here, approximately around about 80 pips. Okay, so we're up 80 pips right here, and we still got a ways to go. We got, what's that, 74 pips to go before we hit our target. So our target is up here. We're still in this trade. AUDJPY is still bullish. Let's go take a look at another trade right here on the EURJPY. So EURJPY was another trade, JPY, was another trade that we set up right here yesterday. And you can see right here, we took a buy over here at 129.08. We placed a stop loss down here at 128.39. And we're chasing after this target at 130.48. Now, at the moment right now, traders are in profit on this trade, approximately around about, call it about 100 pips. All right? So we've got about 100 pip profit target at the moment right now on this setup right here. So let's go ahead and take a look and see if we've got anything else here. We have pound JPY. Let's take a look at that. Pound JPY, we had a good move on the pound JPY. Let's go to pound JPY. We actually had an entry point on pound JPY right about here. We had multiple entry points. Same thing here. Look at the pound JPY currency strength dashboard. It says here it would be looking to sell. Now, we did have a good sell-off. In fact, traders that were in on this trade could have made up to 296 pips. So there was a 296 pip drop on the pound JPY, but we started looking for some turnaround, look for some buy opportunities on that after the drop. So 300 pips was already an opportunity. The currency strength dashboard said at the beginning of the week, because this is a weekly currency strength analysis, right? So the weekly currency strength dashboard indicated a sell-off for the week, and that was at the start of the week at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on a Sunday. But the market moved 300 pips down, right? Now that it moved 300 pips down, we found a good level of support where the market was bouncing, and we made a decision to go ahead and look to buy long. You can see right here, there's a 1.618 extension over here, and price went ahead and bounced off there. Now, we're looking for price to move back up north. And so we're looking for an entry point, and we did go to the 1 hour time frame to find that entry point. And the first entry point coming off the lows right here showed us an entry point right about here. Okay, so this is our entry point here. Now, our stop loss on this would be about a little bit more. It'll be about 122 pips. So we're looking at about 122 pip stop loss from that level. So we're looking at our stop loss to right about here, just about right about here, just below the low candle right here. So we entered after the market had created low. We entered the marketplace, a stop loss below the low, and now we're looking for price to move up to around about a 240 pip grab. Let's take a look right here. 240 pips would be just about here. Let's see here, about there. Okay, so we're looking at a price of about 152.01. Right, so 152.01 will be our profit target right here. This is where we're looking to take profit. So this is profit taking right about there. Okay, so entry point here, profit taking right here, and so far we're up around about on this trade. We're up about 165 pips, give or take a few. Right. Now I can go through a whole bunch of these other setups that we have right here. In fact, there is another one here on the US dollar Canadian. Let's take a look at that. US dollar CAD. And US dollar CAD, we had some sells up here. In fact, there were two sells up here at the top. We're currently in this trade right here, and we're looking at about 189 pips in the profit. And how did this one brew? How did we get to this one right here? Well, take a look over here. The reason why we were looking to get in on that trade, right? The reason why we're looking to sell on the 1 hour time frame was because if you look at the daily time frame, we got back to the backside right here, but we hit the 1.618. This was actually the key right here. All right, the key right here was that 1.618. Here it is right here. And the 1.618 extension is all the way up here at around about 27.81. So as soon as we came to this level, we indicated, we actually spoke about this in the trading room, and we said there's a good possibility that price is going to start falling back down south. And so there was this good rally. We had some great rally. And absolutely, look at the currency strength dashboard. The currency strength dashboard said that it was bullish for the week. But we realized that it could only be it can only go so much further, right, to where it finds resistance. And that resistance came off a 1.618 extension. We spoke about it in the trading room. We acknowledged it. We realized that. And that's the reason why we were looking for sell opportunities yesterday. Sell opportunity yesterday because we had fulfilled the target for the week based on that bullish setup. And now we're anticipating turnaround. Now, this is important right here, right? Divergence, as you can see behind me, divergence is key and it's powerful. And so we identify these turning points in the market based on divergence. Now, using currency strength analysis, we identify which pairs are the best pairs to trade. And what we do is we use it as a directional bias. So we know that when we enter the market, we have a good chance to see success. But what we have to absolutely understand is where the market's going to turn at, because you have these turning points in the market. And so you may have a bullish setup at the beginning of the week that says, hey, we're going to be bullish. But you have to identify with this bullish setup, where are these tops and bottoms in the market for the week? Where's the market going to turn? Because we might only have 100, maybe 200 pips before we hit strong resistance. And then we're going to anticipate price to go ahead and move into a correction move or maybe in a downward trend. And so we have to identify that, which we did on the US dollar Canadian pair. Check this out. So we identified the resistance, which came off the 1.618 extension of a fib level. And then what we did is we went ahead and we started selling this. Okay, we started selling this and we sold this pair. Let me get rid of that. We sold this pair at the top. Here it is right here. We sold the pair at the top, and this pair dropped approximately, let's see here, from the top right here, it dropped approximately 280 pips. Now, are you going to grab all 280 pips? Well, let's take a look. So our entry points were here. With our entry points right here, we would have placed 100 pip stop losses. So our stop losses would have been placed around about, call it 104. All right. So this is where our stop losses are at 28.51 right here. All right, there's a stop loss. Now, with our stop loss being there, our targets would have been twice the distance, which gives us about a 208 pips target. So if I look over here, 208 pips is right here on the money. Check that out, right here at 25.39. So 25.39 right here, that's where our target is right there. So just as the market hits this bottom and now looks to go ahead and move into a correction move, this is where we ended up taking profit right here. So we grabbed that 208 pips on that trade and got the heck out of Dodge. Now, what the important part of this whole thing is here is that we jumped into a trade with good risk-reward ratios. We implemented good strategies behind it by applying a directional bias first, identifying a directional bias for the week. We use the currency strength dashboard to help us at the start of the week to identify what that direction is going to be. Then what we did is we took that directional bias and then we used technical analysis to define how far can the market move based on these levels. And the level indicated that we could have an upside move to a certain amount of profit, and then the market may turn around and head to the downside. So in this case now, this pair offered us a rally from the start of the week, offered us a rally of 197 pips. 197 pips. Then we were able to reverse our positions and take on a position going south that offers another 208 pips on that trade. So if you combine that, it's almost over 400 pips just on this currency pair alone. So now you can see why the strategy is so powerful, and that we can bring in the type of returns of 1,500 pips, 1,100 pips, 600 pips for the month, another 1,200 pips, another 2,200 pips, another 1,900 pips, another 800 pips. You can see how this can generate, the strategy can generate that amount of pips as we start leveling in on these positions, adding on to the positions, but using a very strict and good risk management application to it. So with that being said, that is the weekly midweek or the midweek update for this week based on my hybrid trading approach that I do in my trading room on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. All right. Well, the information is down in the description if you want to go ahead and check that out and see how you can get connected. I'll see everyone back in the trading rooms next time. All right. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. And if you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. And if the information that I gave you today is useful, please go ahead and smash that like button. Much appreciate that. All right. I'll see you next time.